So the location of our story this week is and I'm going to butcher this one. This one, we practiced it.
We actually practiced this.
The Rogue River, Siskiyou National Forest.
I think you got it.
I think I got it. Hold on. Let's see what Google says.
Siskiyou National Forest.
There we go.
I feel like that was a little wrong, just because of the inflection. She put the wrong emphasis on the right syllable.
Syllable. Oh, boy.
So that is the Rogue River, Siskiyou National Forest. I'm going with that.
Yep.
And did I say Oregon right? It's Oregon, right? Oregon.
Oregon, like an organ.
I know that, like that, the caller. She explained it, and I said it, and I was like, oh, I hope I got it right.
Yeah.
Oregon.
Yes.
Oregon. We used to say Oregon, right?
Oregon.
Yeah, and that's wrong.
That's wrong.
All right, so we'll get down to brass tacks. Sorry about that. So, the Rogue River Siskiyou National Forest. It's an area known as the High Ridge near the top of Shasta Coastal Drainage.
Costa.
Oh, wow, yeah, I'm missing that. Holy cow. It's near the Bear Camp area. So this is where the area that our people went missing. It's roughly 45 miles east of Gold Beach, Oregon. It's about 1.8 million acres, which is larger than the state of Delaware. So the forest extends into California from Oregon. 8 congressionally designated
congressionally designated wilderness areas are within the forest.
Oh, like within that one?
Yeah.
Okay. I was reading it as a bullet, and I'm like, that's a weird sentence. So the Rogue River National Forest was first established in 1906 and then combined with the Siskiyou National Forest in 2004. So they recently joined forces to become a major area. They see about 915,000 visitors per year. That was last checked in 2006. So what we're going to do is, because it's not a heavily trafficked area, there's not a lot of stuff going on, we're going to do some interesting facts about national forests. So national forests sustain more than 3,000 species of fish and wildlife, and more than 7 in 10 of all Americans live within 100 miles of a national forest. National forests are home to 122 ski areas and countless miles of backcountry access. National forests contribute $13 billion annually to the economy. At 17 million acres, Alaska's Tongass National Forest is America's largest national forest. I would have just guessed Alaska had the largest one. I think they can just like throw a dart in 3 spots and whatever triangle to make, like, there you go.
Yeah, it's
no one's living there. The Forest Service manages nearly 200 million acres of land across the U.S. That's roughly half the size of Alaska, which also goes to show how big Alaska is.
Yeah.
Kansas and North Dakota have no national forests, only national grasslands. Puerto Rico is home to only tropical rainforest in the national forest system. So that's the only place you can go to in the national forest system. I didn't know that was counted, because it's like not a state, but it's kind of, what is it called?
It's a U.S. territory.
Okay. Does that mean like we own it technically, but like we don't want to admit it?
I don't want to misspeak, but it's they get a lot of the protection from the United States, but they're not a state, so they don't have some of the same voting rights.
Okay. I know that's like when we hit it big, we're going to move the podcast down there. From what I hear, we got to like ditch taxes and stuff, right? Like to duck out. That's what I heard you do. Because the pod will be making so much money.
Yes.
The Tuskegee National Forest in Alabama is the smallest forest in the system at only 11,000 acres. So let's talk about the climate. The climate in the forest changes with the elevation as you move inland from the coast. The coast range in temperate rainforest, where rainfall ranges from 60 inches to over 100 inches at higher elevations. Rainfall occurs mostly from October through June. Further inland, annual precipitation is approximately 30 inches at the lower elevations of the Siskiyou Mountains. So that's a pretty big difference just from being by the coast. They're getting all the rain right away, and then it drops off dramatically.
Yep.
Much of the precipitation comes from October to April in the form of rain at low elevations and snow at the higher elevations, where very cold temperatures are possible. Although snow is possible in the lowest elevations, it is infrequent. Late spring, summer, and early autumn tend to bring clear, sunny days with moderate temperatures. And temperatures near the coast seldom exceed 75 degrees in the summer, and snow is rare in the winter. Inland, the ocean influence diminishes, and summer temperatures frequently reach the 80s and 90s. A snowfall of over 10 feet is common in the higher elevations of the Cascades in the winter. That is a lot of snow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of snow.
Good skiing snow.
Yeah. The terrain, the wilderness where Shawn went missing lies within the 1.7 million acre Rogue River Siskiyou National Forest. It's listed as unforgiving country with high, sharp ridges and dense stands of cedar and fir. So it's dense, very, what would you say, like that when the escalation increases quickly? It's very abrupt. It's like very jagged.
Yeah.
The forest itself is composed of two distinct geological provinces, the Cascade Range and the Klamath and Siskiyou Mountains.
I think it's Klamath.
Klamath. We got in trouble for that one before, too, because I screwed that one up. Klamath. And the Siskiyou Mountains. Do you know we're saying Siskiyou, right? We're just saying we're saying it right. There's some inflection we're missing, and we're going to get a ton of phone calls.
Yes.
Whatever that number is, make sure you call the number. The Cascade Range, it's east of Interstate 5. The forest contains the upper reaches of the Rogue River, located along the slopes of volcanic Cascade Range. The Cascade Range is dominated by snow-capped volcanic peaks such as the 9,495-foot Mount McLaughlin, located within Sky Lake's wilderness. Although the southern Cascades tend to have fairly gentle topography, several deep canyons such as Middle Fork and the Rogue and South Fork of Little Butte Creek are located in this part of the forest. Took me a while to see that last E. The area's extensive forest of Douglas fir, ponderosa pine, and other conifers are punctuated by frequent meadows, lakes, and meandering streams. What they're basically saying, it is gorgeous out there. The Siskiyou Mountains, west of Interstate 5, the forest resides within the ancient and complex geology of the Klamath and Siskiyou Mountains. This is a country of narrow canyons and high steep ridges. The elevation range from near sea level to the coast, at the coast, to 7,533 feet at the summit of Mount Ashland, which is the highest point in Oregon west of the Cascades. The variety of environments includes open oak woodlands, dense conifer forests, and dramatic rocky ridge tops. So what are the types of animals we'll see there? Black-tailed deer, elk, black bear, bobcats, mountain lions, hundreds of bird species. There are bald eagles, and there's actually seals near the ocean. So they could have been hunting a number of things.
I think that they were, I'll get into it in the timeline, but they were hunting black-tailed deer.
But I've never seen a black-tailed deer. Or I might have, but
I've not. I mean,
we only have whitetail.
Yeah, we have whitetail deer here.
So, the terrain, the tree line in South Cascades ranges from 8,000 to 8,500 feet and lowers as you go north down to 6,000 feet. That's really low.
Yeah.
A 6,000-foot tree line as you go north? That seems really low. What's Colorado like? 10,000?
We've looked into it. Yeah, it's higher.
Yeah, it's like 10, around 10
yeah, I don't know
11.
off the top of my head, but it's higher than that.
I love when you get to the edge and it's the tiny trees.
Yeah.
Like the trees are like, I can only grow to 2 feet.
Yeah.
But it's like full tree.
Yeah.
Exposure, there's weather at upper elevations above the tree line, which we talk about a ton. As soon as you leave the tree line, you're exposed to the elements if storms come around or anything like that.
Yeah, and I mean, like we said, they get sometimes upwards of 10 feet of snow at upper elevations, so
yeah.
You'd need to be prepared for that in the winter.
Yeah, you'll just get stuck. You can't even walk through that if snow's falling heavily enough.
Yes.
Difficulty. According to the All Trails report, there are dozens of trails ranging from easy to very hard.
Yeah, when I was on All Trails, they had over 80 trails for this forest.
Yeah, I didn't even pull up a ton of them, but they're just saying here are the top trails, and there's 83 of them, and they're showing you like the top 10.
There's all kinds of ranges of difficulty. There's some really tough ones that would, test even the best, backcountry hikers. And then there's some really easy ones you could take your little kids on, and looks like a pretty cool place to hike.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. I'm just scrolling through what All Trail says is the top 10. Yeah. And I would totally go there. I love this waterfall.
Yeah.
The Coquille River Falls Trail.
The crazy thing about national forests, in all the years we've done backcountry hiking, climbing, all that stuff, we've never considered national forests for one of our trips. We're always going to one of the big parks.
Yeah, it's like they have bad marketing teams.
But we've covered a lot of cases in national forests, and every forest we've covered looks amazing. I would spend a week in each one of them.
What's ridiculous is we love going where there's not a lot of people.
Yeah.
National forests are probably where you want to go because no one's hearing about them. Like, this is where we need to go. Like, look at this. National Creek Falls Trail.
Yeah.
That looks beautiful. Look at that flower. You can't see that anywhere else. No, that waterfall looks beautiful, though. I totally would go here.
It looks cool.
I want to go swimming in there.
It's probably super cold.
Yeah, that's all right. I do cold showers. I do that thing where you take a cold shower and it gets your circulation going, and it's crazy. All right, so there's miles of trail. They go through the whole area. There's mountain biking, fishing and swimming, backpacking, day hiking, ride and camp on horseback available. Tons of campgrounds and caverns are scattered across the Siskiyou. You can reserve them. A few, such as Oak Flat Campground, stay open year-round, while others are closed during the winter. So if you can access it, it's pretty much...